Welcome to Artspace, Sholo TV's window on the art scene in the White Mountains of Arizona. I'm Steve Taylor, and this is my co-host Barbara Bruce. How you doing, Barbara?
I'm doing wonderful. And Steve, I'm with the White Mountain Independent, and we always feature the, I want to say City for Television. We have to get used to saying Sholo TV, Channel 56.
It's 56,
yes.
Yeah.
And we feature Artspace that I want to call Artscape because I always think of the landscaping of paintings
I see.
in the Independent every month to let people know exactly who's on the show. And one thing that we like to do every single time is we want people to know what art is, because people really think they know what art is, but art is many things. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, I would. I have to think back a long ways to think of what was his name?
His name was it Will Rogers?
Yes, Will Rogers said that if you can't be nothing else, you can be an artist, because it's the only thing you can be that nobody can prove that you ain't.
Amen to that. I love that quote.
Yeah, Will Rogers.
But you know, one of the things that I found out, because the Center for the Arts and also the High Country Arts Association sponsor this show. And what's really nice is it encompasses such a group of people. It can be someone that's an entertainer, like yourself, or like our special
Dave
guest
Smith
today.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Or it can be someone that writes. It can be someone that does plays or does poetry. Or, of course, the traditional thing, which most people think of, which you can do as well, is painting. Oil, canvas, watercolors, so many different things. And I think that that's great because a lot of people come together. And you and I sat on the arts board many years ago together.
We did. Yeah.
And you always said that we would make this, well, make Sholo a destination for the arts.
Yeah.
And it is.
Well, and a lot of people were involved in getting it to where it is today.
It's amazing.
It was amazing back then.
It was.
15 years ago or more, to find out how many artists were already up here and just kind of gather them up. And anyway, that's what we've been doing, Dave. How are you doing?
Great.
Good. It's great to have you here. We've been sitting here listening to Dave play, and I'll tell you what a treat.
Well, the only thing that we needed was maybe some wine and cheese, we said, because you do classical guitar, but you do many other things. And one of the things that amazed me, I was totally amazed that Chet Atkins and also Merle Travis were styles that you really succumbed to.
I devoted my playing years to those two styles. Yeah, I did.
And how long have you been playing?
47 years.
47 years. That's incredible. And
Thank you.
Of all the places that you have played, what was your favorite?
Oh, Nashville.
Nashville, of course.
I got to play for some of the big names in guitar music in Nashville. A good few years in a row back in the 80s and 90s, which was such a blessing.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention that you got out there and people knew who you were and you rubbed shoulders with all of those other greats.
Yeah, and I got to know Chet on a personal basis, which was something I never thought would happen.
Yeah.
But he was very approachable back there in his hometown. Very approachable.
Incredible. Are you going to play something for us today?
Sure. I would like to do what I like to call the Bob Dylan medley for those of us who go back to the 60s.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's talking to us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good.
Boy, does that take you back or what?
It takes me back, and not only that, I want you to know that this last week I actually heard on NPR that they were talking about Bob Dylan has something new coming out, that he was a great lover of Frank Sinatra. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
He must be about 80 years old or so. Ooh.
Amazing that he has done a whole new album. But you know, we all love that music. And I know that you play various places. They have a jam session over at the Arts Alliance, the Center for the Arts, and you play there. Where else do you play?
Well, actually, that's about it right now because all the other gigs that I've been doing have been private, non-commercial. But I do love the Arts Alliance. It's such a relaxed atmosphere. I think people should come and attend even to play. There's really no pressure. And does everyone know where it is? Just north of 60 on Penrod.
251 North
251.
Penrod.
That's about a half a mile north.
Yes.
I mean,
No,
No,
half a mile south.
South.
It's
turn it
south.
around. South.
And people always do that up here. We always say north and south backwards.
It's easy to do.
Well, I always tell everybody it's the old health department building, and I know that because I used to work there.
Okay.
And many people thought it was a swimming pool because it has the dome and it's turquoise on the top.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss, but it is a strange looking building for the first time. It's very strange.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it is. That's gorgeous.
And the art inside, the way it's displayed, is quite lovely. But the jam sessions, I think that more people will come out as the weather gets better, although I don't know how much better weather can get than we've had in February.
Yeah.
Maybe by the springtime. We've been up here in a snowstorm already to the jam and
Yeah.
back. But the range of talent there is fairly eclectic, and like I said, there's no pressure, but the range of talent is what I like because there's my fingerstyle, there's Mary Kay and her blues, there's a few other players giving us different perspectives on music, which is just wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you always want to play? And I notice you have a Gibson.
Yeah, this is ancient. I bought it new in the mid-'80s. It was the hottest thing on the market then because there hadn't been any nylon string electrics.
Now you started playing in '67.
67.
In '67, I was 28.
Well,
you
I was
were
in
just a kid.
I was a senior in high school.
Were you a senior in high school?
And a friend of mine showed me that he was
You're about
learning
10 years
guitar.
behind me then.
Good, that makes me younger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'd already graduated.
Oh, we won't go there. No, I've only been playing guitar since my senior year in school. And I was playing piano since the age of 3. My mom taught me, and that was a musical
really?
foundation, I found out.
Yeah, you
But
bet it is.
I dropped the keyboards for the guitar, you know, and ever since it's been a labor of love. First it was Mason Williams who really inspired me. And then after that, a couple of years after that, I saw Chet for the first time, and then I was hooked on that system. As soon as I saw him doing some classical stuff and then some country stuff, and I said, I got to learn more about this style. So I took classical lessons.
Oh, okay.
For about a year, and that was some more good, solid foundation, but I didn't care to stay with the classical school. So then I went back to whatever Chet and Merle were doing, and at that time, in fingerstyle, the big name was Chet.
Yeah.
And Merle, being before him, was virtually retired from recording. But the 70s saw me really getting into the Chet style, and then some more classical on my own, but I'm really not a classical player. I just use the style, the techniques.
Sure.
You know, and I adopted the thumb pick, which is definitely taboo for the classical players.
Yeah.
Right, but that's wonderful.
That's what I was thinking, that classical, you wouldn't be doing that.
Oh, no, and I used to keep my thumb grown, my thumb nail grown just because of the style.
Yeah.
But I couldn't duplicate Chet's sound until I learned how to use one of these.
I see.
That is
Okay.
amazing. Now, we're almost out of time, so if anyone would like to contact you, maybe they would like private playing, you know,
Yeah.
that you could be for an audience.
House
How do they
concert
reach
or something
you?
like that?
Pardon?
How do they reach you?
Well, the telephone would be much better than a megaphone or a carrier pigeon.
I think that works.
In the 928 area, it is 536-5452, and I am in Cedar Hills. For those who don't know, that's east of downtown snowflake.
I love the way
Oh
you
yeah,
put that.
I know where that is. Yeah.
And you know what? This is great that we could share your craft today, because this is definitely art. And
Absolutely.
we are going to take a real quick break, and we're going to be back with more art on Artspace. Welcome back to Artspace. I'm Barbara Bruce.
Steve Taylor. Hi, folks.
And we are so happy to have you with us, because we
Yeah.
are going to have our second guest share some wonderful things with you. But first, I want to make sure that you can tell everybody about the show. It is actually on Saturday and Sunday. It airs at 9:30 a.m. if you have Cable One. And then on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and on Fridays at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock p.m. that is. So you can watch it if you have
yeah.
Cable One, and if not, go to sholotv.com and you'll be able to see the entire episode.
Yep.
And so this is the month of March. It's actually the month of my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. It is also St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, it is.
And
First day of spring.
yes, all of these wonderful things. And we're excited about that because there's a lot going on, and you can actually see on sholotv.com all of the great things that are happening. But our guest is Ann Moore, and Ann is on the board of the Arts Alliance.
Yes, I am. Hi, Barbara.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Good to have you here, Barbara.
She is, no,
Ann.
I'm Barbara. I'm Barbara. She's Ann. It's okay.
Yes, that's right. That's okay.
Well, I know who she is because not
That's
only
right.
that, when
Well,
I was the
so
director of the
silly.
Sholot Chamber, I hired Ann when
That's
she
right.
first came to
Oh, did
town.
ya?
You were one of the
Yes.
first people I met when I came to Sholot.
Yeah.
And it was smart that I hired her.
Yep.
But do you know something? She is definitely an artist in her own right. She does
yeah.
stained glass and makes jewelry. I didn't know about the jewelry, but I have a stained glass angel that she has repaired twice, right?
That's right.
Tell us about how you got into this and what you have learned to do differently over the years.
I first encountered stained glass. I was 21 years old or so when a neighbor was doing it, and I was just captivated. And then we moved from Texas to Colorado, and I raised the family, and because you don't want broken glass around when there's little
Oh,
kids.
No.
And so once the kids were pretty grown, I took some classes there in Denver, and started from there. And so I've had classes there. I had classes when we lived in Washington State, and just brought it with me here when we came to Sholot. When my youngest moved out, I took over his bedroom, and it became my studio. So I have a kiln now, so I do fused glass as well as stained glass. And so I just kind of play with it.
Now, what is the difference with the fused glass? What is the difference in that and regular stained glass?
Stained glass, you cut and you fit it together, you solder it back into a form, and fused glass, you melt it. And it becomes, you know, something entirely different than what you've started with.
Kind of like what happened with this bottle?
Yes, this bottle is an ICB root beer bottle. My son loves this stuff, so he's my source.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just the regular bottle. This is a spoon rest made from one of the bottles, and a napkin holder.
Wow.
Or letter holder,
So you actually melt
envelopes
the
or whatever.
bottle down
So
and
yes.
mold it to the shape
Yes,
that you want?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Who knew?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've recently decided to try my hand at a little bit of jewelry. And so this is called diachromatic glass. It's got that shine to it.
I
Yeah,
love
beautiful.
that shine.
So these are over at the Arts Alliance. They're for sale over there. These pieces as well.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because over at the Arts Alliance, and we gave the address earlier in the show, it's 251 North Penrod.
Yes.
And one thing that I love is there is a gift shop over there. A lot of people don't know. And you may remember, because I moved here in '94 and I was always looking for a gift to give someone, and I couldn't find things that were local, and you want to give those local
Yeah.
things. So
Yes.
they have everything over
They
there.
do, and they have a tremendous price range as well. There's pieces that are, you know, $10 or $12, all the way up to, you know, a couple hundred, depending on what kind of gift you want to give. And what your tastes are.
I love that. One of the things I wanted to mention is I'm looking over at the horse that you actually created.
Yes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was so surprised to learn that that was not a new piece. It's something that you did about 10 years ago.
I made that piece 10 years ago for my son's graduation present.
Oh.
So you took it
graduated
back?
from high school. No, he moved off to Florida and left all of his artwork with me.
Oh.
And
That
so
is beautiful.
sooner or later I'm going to lose custody of it, but I've
It's
had it
still
for
his.
2.5 years.
Yep.
That is
So, yeah.
gorgeous.
Yes.
Beautiful.
You also have another two pieces, I should say, behind us.
Yep.
And I know that I love the parrot. I've always loved the parrot. It's
Yes.
lovely.
Yes.
So, and a peacock?
The peacock I did last summer. They had a
Wow.
People's Choice show over at the Arts Alliance, and so I made it and put it in there and got myself an honorable mention ribbon.
All right.
So I took that one back home. It hangs in my dining room window.
And let me ask you, because it seems to me that that has fused glass, or is it lead? What is it?
That is soldered. It's
That's
a lead.
soldered.
Yes.
You are amazing that you can do that, because I know that the pieces that I gave you that had broken, you actually couldn't match the glass. And for anybody listening that would need a repair, you really can still make it work with a lot of work.
Yes, your poor angel got completely dismantled because her ribbons, they didn't make that glass anymore. So I had to completely take it apart and substitute something close.
Wow.
But you know, there's not a lot of glass that you can find up here. So I buy mostly down in Tucson. So I took my little pieces of glass down to Tucson, and some of those
Matched it.
pieces I matched perfectly, and some of them I wasn't able to.
Do you know that I looked very carefully, because she's heavy. She's
Yes.
a heavy angel. She's about this big, isn't she?
She's about 22 inches
Yeah,
tall.
She's pretty big, but it's heavy. And I looked very carefully under my fluorescent lights that are downstairs, and I could not see where the glass was different.
No, I found the same glass.
You did a
So-
good job.
Well, thank
so
you.
You do repairs, and do you do commissioned work?
Yes, I'm working on a commission piece now. There's a woman whose granddaughter is graduating from nursing school, and so I'm making the nursing symbol, you know, for her, and it's 19 inches tall by 24.
Wow.
And then I
Wow.
got a call earlier today for kind of an Art Deco woman that I'll be making for a young girl. Well, she's not a young girl anymore. It's one of my daughter's friends, but she's in her 30s. That one will live in Denver when it's finished.
Nice.
You know, it's an interesting thing. We think of the mechanical technique that's involved in putting these things together, but Anne has an eye for composition. I mean, you look at this
Absolutely.
artwork, folks. that's artwork, and the
Well, thank
composition
you.
is there, and
coming
beautiful
from
work.
Steve, that's amazing because
Well,
he
thank
is
you. I'm
definitely
very
an
complimented,
artist.
yes.
Well, it's beautiful work, and a lot of people love stained glass. The thing that I want to ask, because everybody asks this, especially when you have a heavy piece, how do you hang it securely?
Oh, you need those really long hooks that go all the way up into the, you know, to the.
So like a molly bolt, kind of like.
Yeah, you don't want
It
those little cup
spreads
hooks
open?
that have, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you want something very safe.
Exactly.
Yes, because I don't want to fix your angel again.
No, I don't want you to fix her again.
Well,
But
the
also-
angel doesn't want to be fixed
No, she
again.
does not. But also, people love to put things in the window, like the way that you have them displayed here. You hung them up, and a lot of people do hang them in their windows.
Sure.
Or they actually want an entire window of
Yes.
stained glass.
Yes.
Do you do that?
I've done several. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
How secure is that?
It just depends on how you put it up there. But, you know,
Really?
I make sure it's done well. You know, I made a really nice piece for my daughter at Christmas. And it's kind of a valance across her kitchen window, except we then dropped it down so it's like an upside down L. And
Oh,
I said to my
okay.
son-in-law, you make sure that this does not fall.
And he
I don't want to
did.
fix it. And so,
Exactly.
yes, I got a picture that said, thanks, Mom.
That is amazing.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I love that. But you also do small things.
Yes, I
because
do.
For, I can't remember what event it was, but I was gifted something that you did, a lovely business card holder.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a fused glass as well.
That
Yes.
is so that is fused glass.
Yes.
Now, I understand the difference, and I know a lot of people don't know. Do you ever teach classes, Anne?
No, I haven't. I've had a couple people tell me that they think that I should offer a class there in the house where you choose of like 3 projects and I take you through beginning to end. And I've thought about it, but I just, there's so many things that I want to do that I just don't have time to get them all done.
You don't
Yeah.
have time to get them all done because I follow you on Facebook and you are always traveling. You are the ultimate grandmother.
Well, yeah.
Why
Yes.
not?
Why not? That's
Yeah.
right.
Are you teaching any of your grandchildren how to do this?
My oldest grandson, he's 18 now, but he generally comes, well, not now that he's grown, but he would always come for about a month every summer. And so, yes, Jefferson has done fused and stained glass.
That is fantastic.
yes. Wow.
Well, it
Yes.
is quite an art, and I know that a lot of people love it. A lot of people don't want to do it. We just want to buy it.
And that's fine. I'll be happy to help you out.
That's good. It's
Yeah.
affordable.
It depends on the size of the piece.
So
And the
people-
size of your wallet.
That's
Oh,
right.
Absolutely. Now, can people go to the Arts Alliance to look at your work? How many pieces do you have displayed?
Oh, I probably have 30 pieces or more over there.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
quite a
cool.
few. They're mostly small, but the parrot is over there. Like I said, I took the peacock home. It's big, and
You
it made
swap
me
them out.
nervous.
I
It made me
definitely
nervous, yes.
understand that. But people come through there, they see all kind of artwork,
Yes.
and it's lovely. Now, if someone would like to commission work or talk to you further, what is the best way to reach you?
Through the Arts Alliance would work. I have a website, whitemountainsglassdreams.com.
So there's an S on the mountain.
Yes, there's
White
an S on the
Mountains
mountain.
Dreams.
Glass Dreams.
Glass Dreams.
And I also have a Facebook page, a business Facebook page with the same name.
This is great. Well, I
Yeah.
know that people can come and look and see what you have. And I love that every month we are bringing on someone new. And you, as the publicity chairman for
Yes.
the Arts Alliance, you will let us know some of the things going on.
Yes.
And I want to put it out there that Rose Hutchison, who has been, I call her the curator of the Arts Alliance.
Yes.
Rose is going to be moving eventually to the Valley. And so the Arts
Because of
Alliance
her
is-
heart
Yes,
issues.
exactly. And
Yep.
everyone needs to know that we're in search of someone that can come and, I can't say take Rose's place, but to actually help out. And I know that you're willing to share in those duties. So if so, contact the Arts Alliance. It's the
Definitely.
Center for the Arts, 251 North Penrod. And you know, you should join. It's
Yes.
only a small fee.
An
so
individual fee is $40 a year.
that's great.
Yep.
It's slightly more for a couple or a family. And we've got corporate sponsorships as well. So there's quite a range of programs that are available.
Absolutely, and we're out of time, so come by the Arts Alliance, 251 North Penrod. We love having you every month on Artspace. Look for the picture in the paper. That's the White Mountain Independent. Thank you.